Welcome to the 2017 European Team Championship here from Crete. I am in the lovely playing hall, the conference center of the Creta Maris Hotel. You can see it's completely empty and deserted behind me because round 3 has just concluded. We are now going to recap what has been happening here so far, starting from round 1. Where in the open section we had only one major upset, and that was Italy beating second seed Azerbaijan, thanks to black victories from Sabino Brunello and Luca Moroni, who became the hero by winning what was one of the last games to still be going on in the playing hall. Elsewhere, 4 other underdogs also scored surprise draws. Those were Moldova against England, Norway against Israel, Slovakia against Poland, and Greece too against Germany. Meanwhile, in the women's section, all the favorites managed to pull through. There were no team upsets, but there was a major surprise on board 1 where the Greek team was playing against the Russian ladies. In that match, the young Greek rising star Stavroula Tsolakidou managed to beat Valentina Gonina. It's also worth mentioning that Stavroula, she was a multiple-time World Junior Champion, under 14, under 16 and under 18. So congratulations to the Greek player. In a somewhat surprising turn of events, I did mention there were no upsets, but all the top 4 seeds, Russia, Georgia, Ukraine and Poland, only won their matches 2.5, 1.5. Then in round 2, in the open section, the big upset of the day came from Team Netherlands, who managed to overcome second seed Ukraine, beating them 2.5, 1.5, thanks to a victory by their star player Anish Giri over Pavel Elyanov. And then the other surprise was Team Italy, who continued their good run, beating Turkey 2.5, 1.5. Once again, the hero of the day was Sabino Brunello, who stormed to a perfect 2 out of 2 score. In the women's section, there was a big score on the first board where Israel beat Italy very convincingly, 3.5, and elsewhere Spain was the big surprise of the day, beating their highest seeded opponents from Romania, 3.5. So a great start from the Spanish teams. Other than that, all the favorites pulled through, both in the open section and in the women's. Then in today's round 3, we're now going to start looking at the results board by board, starting with the Open, where on board 1, the match between Hungary and the Netherlands ended in a 2-2 draw. All 4 games here were fighting draws. On board 2, Russia managed to overcome their opponents from the Czech Republic, beating them 2.5, 1.5. Board 3 between Croatia and Armenia was another 2-2 draw. And finally, on board 4, Italy's superb run came to an halt when they lost half to 3.5 to Germany. In the women's section, on board 1, Poland overcame Israel on the score of 3-1. On board 2, same score, 3-1, this time in favor of Georgia against Hungary. On board 3, Spain continued with their amazing performance, beating once again a higher seeded team, this time the team from Turkey, on the same 3.5 score. And on board 4, we already had one of the biggest clashes of the tournament in the women's section when Russia was paired against third seed Ukraine. Russia pulled through in the end 2.5 to 1.5 thanks to a victory by Valentina Gonina against Anna Oshanina. So now let's come to the standings here after 3 rounds, starting with the open section, where we already have a sole leader, and they are none other than the defending champions Russia, who are the only team on a perfect score, meaning 6 points. They are followed by 7 teams on 5 points, and those 7 teams are the Netherlands, Armenia, Hungary, Croatia, Germany, Israel and Poland. In the women's section, meanwhile, we have 4 leaders still on a perfect score of 6 points. These 4 teams are also the defending champions, Russia, as well as Georgia, Poland and Spain, who have been having a fantastic tournament here so far. There are no teams on 5 points in the women's section, but a lot of them on 4, too many to name. 6 rounds still remain here. The action is going to become more and more interesting from here, and we'll be bringing you a lot more action in the following days.